Hello, I'm Deborah Sword.
Hi, I'm Tyson Bankert.
Tyson, I had an experience the other day where I realized that I was reacting to somebody as if they were somebody else. And it started me thinking about movies and TV shows and books where two people are having an argument and one is reacting a particular way. So we saw this in a TV show, The Diplomat, where the ambassador is in a different relationship, but she's reacting as if she's still with her husband, and her new boyfriend says, "I'm not him. I'm
Mm,
not him. Stop treating me
mm,
as if I was him." But we do that. We carry past experiences forward,
mm-hmm.
and it can block our listening. We don't hear what the person is saying because we're still in a different relationship in our head.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that? Got that experience? What blocks your listening?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, can I share an experience that I often use as an example? I worked at a group home, and so every there'd be 4 or 5 different youth, and we would be in the office for different reasons, and there'd be knock knock, and you could open the door, respond, answer, figure what the internet what the conversation need it requires. 5 minutes there, knock knock, do the same thing over again. Knock knock. You do the same thing again. Fourth knock in maybe 10 minutes. What do you want? You open the door and you realize it's actually a new youth who has a different situation, a different problem, but their response is, "Whoa, why are you?" Well, people have been knocking on the door all day. Well, first of all, it's not all day. And for them, it's their first time that they've knocked.
Right.
And I always go back to that situation as you have to be able to separate every single knock because you're there to serve in that situation the youth and what they need. And so often though we feel like we're entitled to be able to respond in that way because for us it's the fourth knock.
It's the fourth time your work
Yeah,
was disrupted.
yeah. And I often have to balance those two things
Yeah.
because we're what it tells the other person that what do you want says I'm not here to really listen to you and I'm already defensive. I'm already like I would rather be I'm not open. So it's very hard to find solutions when you have that. And so to your example, it is that yeah, I'm not that person. I'm not that. I'm you're it's on you, your responsibility to figure that out. Um, and how do you communicate? Like, well, this has been my experience. I know this is your experience.
Yeah.
All of those things, right? But and I think the only way that we get to hear each other is when we're actually listening to each other.
And I see this sometime in long-term relationships where people will respond to each other in ways that they wouldn't dream
Mm.
of responding that
Hmm.
way to a friend
Hmm.
because it would be rude
Hmm.
or curt, or they would listen to the friend, whereas their long-term
Mm.
partner is background noise,
Right.
not listening
Hmm.
anymore. So, what are some of if we were to dig deeper, do the analysis,
Hmm.
what are some of the reasons that we stop listening or don't listen? You've mentioned one of them. It's your fourth disturbance or disruption in your day. So, you're impatient.
Hmm.
So, impatience is one of the things. Another is when you think you already know what the person is going to
Yeah.
say. So you don't need to listen, or
Hmm.
you're interrupting or
Hmm.
thinking about something else or what your response is going to be.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. And I think oftentimes in those situations, it's you're not ready to listen.
Well, that
Like you aren't actually like there's been times where I say, I'm actually either I'm doing something different or I'm focused in on something else right now. I don't actually have time to listen in the way that we both deserve in that conversation.
And when that happens to you, do you say to the person, not now or in a minute or?
Yeah, I try to create some boundaries about it because I know that it really important to be able to be attentive and there and present. And when you're and it's my job to be able to recognize that that's what I need and that to be able to communicate to that person. Or maybe the question is this urgent? Okay, like which you have to prioritize what you need to be listening to. Where we put our attention grows. So.
And I like what you said about it taking on responsibility. So it's also my responsibility to know how to get the other person to be ready or to be patient in what I'm going to say,
Mm,
assuming it's not
right.
an emergency, but to be patient in what I'm going to say until they are ready. And at this point, I want to bring in conflict style.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that your conflict style is different than somebody else's, which it probably is,
Mm-hmm.
what does it take to meet that other person at a place where they can not be overwhelmed by your style or afraid of your style, or if they're an
Mm-hmm.
avoider,
Mm-hmm.
how do you moderate your approach in a way so that they are able to hear it, to be ready, as you say? So that's two parts. One is the listening,
Mm-hmm.
what blocks your listening, and managing that. I know that I cannot listen when.
Mm-hmm.
Make your list, share it
Mm-hmm.
with the other
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
person so that they know you're not just being obstinate and
Right.
difficult
Right.
at that point in time. I listen best when.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When do you listen best? Make your list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where our lists are
Mm-hmm.
the same and where
Mm-hmm.
they're different so we can
Yeah,
accommodate.
absolutely. Yeah, and there are always good conditions to be listening well, right? Maybe it's in a quieter space, maybe it's when we've both slept or been eating or having all of these really important pieces that way then we can be in presence with one another.
And don't try to talk to me when I'm doing something else. Uh, just walk in and start talking. Say, is this a good time?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Or are you in the middle of something?
mm-hmm,
Or can
mm-hmm,
you take a break right now? I want to talk about X.
mm-hmm,
No, I can't right now, but how about in 10 minutes?
mm-hmm,
Oh, okay, it can wait 10
mm-hmm,
minutes.
mm-hmm.
Very simple conversation. Use your words and avoid a blow up. Like, don't talk to me now, I'm busy.
Yeah, right.
Whereas
Right.
you could have avoided that
Yeah,
conflict.
absolutely. Yeah.
I hope you will listen. Listen to our podcast, subscribe, like it, share it. Come back and listen again. Thank you.
Thank you for your presence.